So you talked a little bit about your trip to Montpellier to visit Nervosave Therapeutics there. Maybe tell us a little bit more about this trip. How many kilometers is this? Where will you start? How long will this take you?
So they start where we live. That is a little. It is a little village near Madrid that it's called Cabanillas del Campo, and they
Okay.
will go from here to Montpellier. That they are more or less, I think, like 1,000 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. I think, and they are.
All right.
It is like on 9 days more or less.
All right.
Yeah, it is a really long and a race, but yes, it is more or less it's 1,000 kilometers, and they will be 9 days if everything goes as we want. They will be 9 days more or less.
And this will only be your father. There will be others joining as well on bike, I presume.
Yes, they will be more people like a team
Okay.
uh, going with my dad.
All right. So, um, how many people are we talking here? Like,
I think I'm not sure, but I think more or less there are four because um,
right.
sometimes we some people come with us, for example, one day of the 9 days,
Mhm.
and they
Oh,
then
awesome.
continue. So yes, they like. For example, I don't know. The past year, sorry, we went from my village, like
Mhm.
10 or 12 persons, and not all of them finished the race, not because anything related to being tired or anything, because we have that planned. So this year I think one of the friends of my father is going to do that, like come 1 or 2 days, and then he is going to left.
Still very impressive. And
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, uh, in between France, in between Madrid and Montpellier, there is like a lot of mountains. Like the Pyrenees Mountains are right there.
Yeah.
How are you going to be crossing that?
Yes, the past year they went through the Pyrenees, but
Mhm.
this year they are not going to go through the Pyrenees, but they are going to go from like through Navarra, and
Mhm.
they are going to continue to France.
All right. Um, so your father will be doing this trip. Is he currently training for this, or is he used to riding these kind of distances? You mentioned he did this last year as well, so and doing a lot of events. Is he, or he's just used to riding 1,000 kilometers?
I don't think he's used to do that big amount of kilometers, but yes, he does every day. He exercises, but it is true that, for example, I think the longest kilometers or the biggest kilometers that he has ever done is to Montpellier.
All right.
He has also, for example, a couple of years ago, he went from Madrid to Galicia, that it is also in Spain, that are lots of kilometers. But yeah, I think that's the longest, and he's used to go on bicycle and training. I think every week, yes, every week, but not that kind of.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, you don't do that every day.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
And do you know how that, like last year, how that experience is, not only physically but also mentally, emotionally? It must be quite
Yeah,
impressive
I
for him as well.
I think that in a specific for my dad, it is a really really um, emotional moment and an emotional living, because I am his daughter, and he has always told me that when he's so tired while cycling, he thinks about me, and like that motivate that gives him like excitement to continue, and that things. But for for us as a family, For example, I'm talking by my experience. It is a really emotional experience because I'm really grateful about my family and what they do for me and for every person that has CMT because I I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but they fight a lot for me, and they have done it since I was diagnosed with CMT. They had always taught me to, for example, never give up, always try to be positive. And all these struggles that I have lived during my life, they had always taught me to, they are a really important part of my life because like, I don't know how to say it, like, as I said, I'm really grateful for them because if they hadn't told me and had educated me the day that they have, the way that they have done it, I wouldn't be so positive and happy with my life as I am. So yes, for example, the experience as Montpellier, I'm really grateful for that, and I always tell him, like, I'm so proud of you by the telephone. Sometimes I call him when they finish that kilometers that day. I always tell him, I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. I love you, Dad. That there's always lot of love.